In a small forgotten village in the state of Bihar, surrounded by harsh rocky mountains and poverty, lived a man who would one day sharing nature itself. His name was Dashrath Manjhi. He was poor, he had no machines, no education, and no government support. But he had something far stronger than tools, and that was love. And when tragedy struck, that love turned into a determination so powerful that one man did the impossible for 22 years with nothing but a hammer and a chisel. He carved a road through a mountain alone. This is the unbelievable story of a man the world would later call the Mountain Man. The story begins in a teeny village called Gehlour village. This was not the kind of place you would find on maps. There was no proper roads, no hospitals nearby, no transportation, only rocks, mountains, and extreme poverty. People here belong to the lowest social classes and struggle every single day just to survive. Among them was a young man named Dashrath Manjhi. He worked as a laborer, backing stones and doing small jobs just to earn enough money to eat. Life was cruel, but Dashrath had one happiness in his life, and that was his wife. Her name was Pagunia Devi. She was kind, loving, and supportive. Together they lived a simple life. They had no luxury, but they had something rare. They had love. Between Dashrath's village and the nearest town stood a massive rocky mountain. This mountain separated the villagers from hospitals, schools, and markets. To reach the nearest town, villagers had to walk more than 55 kilometers around the mountain, a journey that should take minutes took hours. Sometimes even days. The mountain stood there like a cruel wall blocking the future of an entire village, and no one believed it would ever change. One day tragedy struck. Dashrath's wife, Pagunia Devi, was bringing food to him while he worked in the fields. As she crossed a dangerous rocky mountain path, she slid. She fell badly. She was severely injured. Dashrath rushed to help her, but the real problem was not the injury. The real problem was the mountain. There was no hospital nearby, and the only way to reach one required traveling 35 kilometers around the mountain. By the time Dashrath managed to get help, it was already too late. His beloved wife had died. Dashrath Manjhi sat beside his wife's lifeless body, his heart shattered, but inside him something changed, something powerful. He looked at the mountain that had stolen the love of his life, and he made a promise he would destroy it, not with machines, not with explosives, but with his own hands. People laughed at him. They called him mad. But Dashrath Manjhi had already made his decision. He would carve a road to the mountain, so no one else would lose a loved one again. In 1960, Dashrath Manjhi bought a hammer and a chisel. That was all he had. No machines, no engineers, no workers, just one man and a mountain. Day after day, under the burning sun, he began striking the rock. Again and again, again and again, the sound of hammer hitting stone echoed across the valley. People watched and they laughed. They became months. Months became years, but the shot did not stop. He worked morning to night, sometimes with bleeding hands, sometimes hungry, sometimes sick, but he never gave up. Villagers slowly stopped laughing. Instead, they started watching in silence because the impossible was slowly happening. The mountain was begging. After many years, people from nearby towns began hearing about the strange man who was a begging mountain alone. Some came just to see if the story was real, and when they saw Dashrath working, they were shocked because the mountain had already begun to open. A road was forming, a road made by one man. After 22 years of relentless work, the impossible finally happened. Dashrath Manjhi had carved a road through the mountain. The road was 110 meters long, 9 meters wide, and 7 meters deep. Because of that road, the distance between the village and the town reduced from 55 kilometers to just 15 kilometers. One man changed the future of an entire village. The world finally recognized his achievement. People started calling him the Mountain Man.
Thank you all.
Governments honored him, journalists wrote about him, and filmmakers told his story. Even a Bollywood movie was later made about him, called Manjhi, the Mountain Man. His story became a symbol of determination, proof that one person can change the world. In 2007, Dashrath Manjhi passed away, but his role still exists. People still walk through the mountain he carved. Children go to school because of that road. Passion leaves hospitals faster, lives are saved, and every step taken on that path is a reminder of one man's love. A love strong enough to break the mountain. Most people spend their lives believing they cannot change the world. But Dashrath Manjhi proved something extraordinary. You don't need power, you don't need money, you don't need machines. Sometimes all you need is a reason strong enough to keep swinging the hammer. And when love becomes the reason, even mountains can fall.